All right, welcome to another episode of Unstoppable Overcomers. And I am the founder and producer of, of Unstoppable Production. Sorry, guys, there is like an echo in the back and it's really driving me crazy. Anyways, tonight we're going to do things a little bit differently. All right, we're going to have Kimberly and Claudia come up on the screen. And we're going to talk tonight. We're going to have basically like a coffee and conversation. So I'm
Dorothy, are you dealing with echoing issues?
I am dealing with there's a huge delay and I'm sorry and I'm trying to get over it, but I can't.
Well, what if we went off live and came back?
All right.
Do you think that might make a difference?
Kimberly, why don't you start talking about the forgiveness exercise and I'll be right back.
Okie dokie. Hi, everybody. It is so great to be here tonight in the capacity that I am. As our regular watchers know, I have the distinct privilege and pleasure of running the fundamentals section of this show. And tonight we are unleashing the beast. That has been a project in formation in so many different ways over the last 3 or so years. And tonight's the night. It's so cool because the calendar for me today said, appreciate the moment. And all day today, I was inside of, wow, tonight's the night. This has been something that God has laid on me and I've been living into for over 11 years. Interesting, Dorothy. It's been 11 years, like since God had me, when I had my Proverbs 31, wife moment at, the middle of the night and turn myself over to 90-10 tithing and fully being a missionary for God and forsaking all others in it. The circle, like there's this it's not even a circle. Circle's not fair. It's more of an affinity, right? Where the all that God had to do to purge my vessel is complete. And now there's just this beautiful flow that's happening in my human vessel of, being able to be his hands and feet on mission, on purpose, right? And now there's a gorgeous ability to be with anything, any place, anywhere, anytime. And to then not have whatever it is that I'm inside of get inside of this vessel. Or if it does, right, God's given me the training and the tools and 11 years on task to create like my ability to be the best. If I've always known that if you were a car, what would you be? Like I always knew that I would be a red racing car. Hence the red tonight. Yeah, just saying, right?
And we didn't even know that each other was wearing red tonight. So it was
so good. Totally divine. Totally divine, right? So and similarly, being an instrument, right? Like when we hear instrument of God, I usually tend towards like I'm always very literal in nature, right? So like I would be a piano and, like being able to be played and in tune, right? Over and over. So God can play us over and over and over again, right? Hey, April's wearing red pants. Yay. She's completing us. We're the complete red package. I love it. I love it. I love it. So,
and we should all be wearing red unmentionables too. That's part of the thing.
Well, are we going to go there? Is that where we're going to go? Do you want to go there? Because that's part of it. Like that was part of the journey to get here tonight.
That was part of the journey.
Here. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I can't even believe we're here tonight. It's so beautiful. So
that is part of our journey. But anyways.
Hey, well, that's a great example, Dorothy, because inside of what we're unleashing tonight, the beast that we're unleashing tonight, are we gonna I kind of feel like we should hold out till the very end of the show.
We could.
And we get to say, right? We get to cut the ribbon when we cut the ribbon. So anywho, I mean, that is part of it. Like what we're unleashing is a full authenticity, a very naked approach.
There we go.
Meaning we don't hold back. We don't there's complete humility in God's use of our vessels and in our journey and our experiences. So so you tell me if we're gonna go red or not. Like how red we going tonight?
Well, I have oh man. Anyways. So the unmentionables, I am wearing the red tonight just for you ladies.
Okay, well, are you going to tell them what that's about?
All right. So yes, we're having a feng shui what is that called? Vision board. Thank you. And so 2 or 3 years ago, what our instructor had said was to it definitely one of the things to bring not love, but to bring fire into what we were creating was to purchase, number one, a red wallet, and number two, you had to have red underwear. And so, I thought, why not? I wasn't going to be the one that was going to hold our group back. And I went out and bought 5 pairs of red underwear. And so, yes, that is what I wear. And some people go commando and dye different parts of their body.
You don't have to say some people. You can tell them who.
No, right? And some people take it to wherever, but we're all in it to win it. We're in it. We have huge. I told you this was going to be different tonight, guys. Like this is coffee and a conversation.
I have my cup.
Well, I'm drinking my buble and Kalita. I'm not sure what Kalita's got.
You have your coffee, Kalita. Oh, look at that.
And now we just told the world how crazy we are, and that's okay because we don't care what other people think about us.
Well, it's not about that, right? Like,
that's right.
It's about making the difference.
Right. That is right. We make the difference here at Unstoppable Overcomers. And we wear red underwear to support you.
or for those people that want to go commando like me, here's the key. You simply dye that area in red. That's the answer. That's how you do that. Okay.
That's right.
So you can have fire in the hole, whether you're wearing the fire, it can be in clothing, or it can be right.
That's right. That's
and
right.
They both work. So we're testimony to that.
That's right. And we're bringing the fire here tonight. And wow.
Well, it is the year of the dragon. I mean,
it is. And I'm a dragon.
And you're a dragon.
And I'm a dragon.
Anita, what are you?
I don't know.
Oh, we figured it out. Okay. What year were you born? What year were you born?
81.
Oh my God. She's trying to remember.
Oh my God, you're a baby.
Did you say 1988?
No, 81.
Oh my God. I was going to go, oh my God, you're such a baby.
Rooster.
Rooster. Yes, I remember that now. Yes, she's a rooster. Of course. We got a dragon, a snake. I'm the snake. And a rooster. Geez, what can we do with that? Kalina's going to wake us up at the crack of dawn. Dorothy's going to set fire to everything. And I'm going to find ways to get shit done. Slither around and find ways to get it done. Get her done.
That's right. That's right. Okay, so and April's a horse. So she's going to ride us off into the sunset.
That's right. Snaps. There's our horsies.
There we go. Woohoo. Anyways, all right, so let's get this back on track because it was the forgiveness wave. So I'm sorry with everything that was happening at the beginning. I'm sure you went into what the forgiveness wave was.
No,
only I couldn't hear it. Oh, you did not?
No.
Well, perfect. And I apologize for the beginning being like that delayed, but I found out what the problem was.
Hey, Dorothy, we forgive you.
Well, thank you. Hopefully our listeners forgive us too for having that delayed first 2 minutes.
The show kept going. So this is
true.
like, we're going to give some hints as we go along tonight, right? So that the hand movement for the forgiveness wave is literally this. So in a world, right? Out in the world, this is our first official, yay, forgiveness wave movement right here as we speak. So it's cool. Like shake, shake, shake your booty, shake, 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 shake your hand. Okay. All right. But yeah, well, there was just an example of it.
Perfect. Well, Kalita has not said much. So Kalita, tell us a little bit about who you are and what you bring to this amazing conversation, because I know she's all about the forgiveness. So let's hear what you have.
She is the divine holder of the keys of forgiveness.
That is some strong declaration, and I accept that and thank you very much. I step into that. And so I am Kalita Javon, and who am I? I'm an entrepreneur. At heart, I'm a visionary. I am a mom, a friend, a daughter, amongst so many other things. I definitely am someone who cares about legacy and having, legacy and wealth conversations are definitely parts of things I'm interested in, as well as this area that we're speaking of today has been a passion of mine for a little while now. And so I do work with veterans for my 9 to 5 role in what I do in life. And back in 2018, I saw an increase of suicides in our catchment area. I live in the Chicagoland area. There was an increase of suicides amongst several VA hospital catchment areas. And it was something that affected me. And that was the place where the first initial forgiveness workshop was birthed. So we had that workshop in a library in Chicago. It was in person at that time. We had a panel discussion. We had a speaker, and it was a great event. And it was just, something that it's like, okay, I did what was on my heart at the time, and continued with life and various other things. And it was something that kept coming back up for me. And so I decided to step back into it and did the second forgiveness workshop in February of 2022. So it's a little break. It's a little break in between. But yeah, we did the workshop in February of 2022, and I definitely saw the need for the conversation. If so many things came up from that one workshop, from even various people coming and talking to me about what they've dealt with, people that I know that, I would have never known or they never shared with me previously. It was just a need. I saw the need for my personal community. Those who joined our workshop, we did it virtually via Zoom, because it was just kind of coming out of COVID during that time. And so we did do it via Zoom, so that did allow others to join, other than those that are in the Chicagoland area. And so that's really kind of what started the birth of Forgiveness Mission. So we do at least for 2022 and 2023, we were doing the workshops quarterly. And so every 3 months, we had a workshop. And so now for 2024, we are doing them. We just increased it slightly. And we are doing the workshops bi-monthly. So every other month, we have a workshop. So we just had one in April. And we're going to have our next workshop coming up June 8th. So it's on the second Saturday every other month. And so that is one thing that we have been on pursuit of. One of my beliefs is that forgiveness is, how Kimberly just mentioned the key, and it's the key to so many things as far as the things that we deal with. We do not know what others may be carrying, what they may be struggling or dealing with, as well as is so many areas in regards to the world of forgiveness. So whether it is sexual forgiveness, or we do talk about forgiveness of self during our workshops. We talk about, forgiveness and wellness. How is it impacting our bodies? We talk about forgiveness of others. And then the last but not least that we added was forgiving the world. So it's more of a broader perspective regarding forgiveness. And so much more to come with Forgiveness Mission, but that is definitely what I call my passion project, and what I spend my time doing, as well as other things.
And so that first workshop, that was based strictly for veterans. Is that what I'm hearing? No,
it was not. It was the place that it was birthed from, was from my working with veterans, but it's not just for veterans. So that was a really great question, because just to clear that up for anybody else that might have been wondering, it is surely for all.
Right. Right. Awesome. Yeah. And well, people know that have watched the show before that Kimberly and I are definitely veteran allies. And so, that's great that you're doing that work within that space, because I know that it's much needed. And so thank you for doing that. That's great. So we have the forgiveness mission. So let's talk about this wave, the forgiveness wave. So what was that birthed out of?
Well, that was actually birthed out of the workshop. It was a collision, it was on a collision course. And it was a combination of what I was doing over with Kalita and supporting her forgiveness workshops. And then frankly, like Dorothy, as you know, the work that you and I have been doing for the last 3 years, and also all of it living inside of 11 years ago. Again, where we started tonight, right? Being a Proverbs 31 wife, middle of the night, just doing chores. We had horse property, and I was listening to a Bible study. Actually not a Bible study. I take that back. I was listening to a Christian radio station, and they were interviewing a gentleman. And unfortunately, I don't know who he was, although I'm confident we're gonna hook up, and I'm gonna be like, "You're the one. You did this. It's your fault." But he was sharing at like 3 a.m. about 90-10 tithing, right? The conversation was about tithing. And he was sharing that God led him on course to tithe 90% of what he made and live off of 10% and be in the pursuit of that. And what he shared that night was that in becoming that person, or allowing God to turn him into that vessel, that more money was coming in through the front door than he could wheelbarrow out the back door.
Right.
And to make it very clear that he was not living a life of a monk. He had multiple homes, multiple cars. He wanted for nothing. And it was an encouragement for people to like, oh my God, please tithe. Like, you can't even begin to know the power of God in your life if you're not taking on this one thing. And I don't know how many people know this, but in the Bible, it is literally the one thing God says, test me on this. Right? And so that night, and it was the coolest thing, right? I always love when spirit takes over your vessel and you're like, what did I just do? You know? And I literally laid face down on my kitchen floor, arms out, feet out, right? Face down, and said, I surrender. I'm yours. And what I say when the spirit takes over your body like that is nobody taught me to do that. That was completely spirit led, right? But it was very intentional, right? It was a cross position, right? And I knew I was supposed to lay down, face down, like humbly, like I surrender. And that it was just next step, next step, next step, next step, next step. And, you know, what I did share while you were working on the technology was like that whole purging, right? And that he has done with me what there was to do, which has led to tonight's amazing moment of unleashing the beast, which is the movement. And being able to be fully self-expressed, and in this particular vehicle, the forgiveness wave, and also bringing integrity to it and responsibility to it. Because historically, and part of the last pieces is Dorothy knows way too well and feel free to ask any vulnerable question you want since you were ringside for the whole thing, to purge out all my conversations about money. And, you know, my biggest ones that had to get purged out was I will forsake everything for humans. Like if there's even a question about the money, I'll make it so, you know, without a doubt that I value you over money. I'll literally write checks to prove it. Watch me go broke to prove that I love you more than money, right? Which has been a very healing forgiveness journey for me. Because it lived inside of, at least in this lifetime, it lived inside of being under the impression, and I say that responsibly, right? Because I know that God handpicked the womb that I was put in, right? So my mom's perfect, and my dad's perfect, and everything's perfect. And it brought us here to this moment tonight, right? All of it. And my experience as a child is that I'll be forsaken for money. I'll be put in jeopardy. I'll be put in harm's way, and they'll pick money over me. So my biggest thing in this lifetime has been, you know, well, if a little's good, a lot is great. So very extreme by nature. And God's really, really brought me to this harmonious, beautiful middle ground, right? Of uniting both, you know, the higher keys of the piano and the lower keys of the piano, into a really beautiful spot, which is part of the vehicle that's the actual vehicle that's getting unleashed tonight on your show.
Ooh. So honored to have it here first, you know, before it goes live anywhere else. And so I have to ask, because it says behind your name, El Cameno Traveler. And I know that this is where we're bringing everything together, you know, with the forgiveness mission and now this. So tell us what this El Cameno is all about.
Yeah. So like the final ceilings of that, you know, like who I am as an instrument for God is that infinity, you know, the double circles, is it's so great. So the biggest thing as a missionary and altruistic value number one, right? That's my first and foremost value in this world, is like when someone asks me for something, like my every cell in my being is like, yes. And I always love it when that shows up, because I know it's spirit led. It's not for me. It's not about me. It's 100% about the other person. And as you know, many of my travels over the last few years have lived inside of like, what am I doing? Oh yeah, he told me to go, so I'm gonna go, right? So got a little lost in that. The El Camino. So dear friend of mine, Barbara Rodriguez, last year had shared that she was doing the El Camino. And for those out, for the audience, the El Camino is a spiritual path in Europe. And there's different, places where you can connect to it. Google El Camino and to learn more about it. But it is meant to be a spiritual alchemy, and an opportunity to, unite with God in ways that you might not have before. And it can be as long as 500 miles. And I'm doing the baby one in June. We're going from Portugal. We're walking from Portugal to Spain.
Ooh.
as a spiritual cleansing, right? And connecting with God. And so what's the fun of that story is, about this time last year, I was in a conversation with Barbara, and she's like, I'm going to do this El Camino thing. Da, da, da. And, being a flaming yeser, so I was like, sounds great. I'll do it with you. Right. Not really knowing what I was agreeing to. And then in December of this last year, we were all together, and a bunch of us, and she was sharing more about it. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. What's this? And she goes, it's what you agreed to do with me. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I should probably learn more about that.
Maybe a little bit.
This is what's so cool about God, and being gifted with that heart for humans. I ended up realizing that my heart was in jeopardy in January. And we're talking like could take me out kind of jeopardy. And then, so when I started meeting with my doctors and going through all the processes, we were working with my body, and my body was a flaming yes to the El Camino. And what you want to know is, as of January, my cellular integrity was that of an 80-year-old woman. And I'm 58. And it was saying, do this. Like, please, like, it's not even an option. You got to do this. And so in trusting God, trusting the process, walking in faith, literally in the training, walking, right? What has now happened during the training is, first and foremost, Khalid and I have been able to see, hey, wait, El Camino, forgiveness. Hey, these could go together, right? And we could bring integrity to the expenses for the El Camino. And then my health, my cell integrity. Y'all ready for this? Go ahead and guess what my cellular integrity is today. From January.
What it is, so I won't say it.
I don't think Kalina knows. Kalina, do you know?
I do not.
Great. So you go ahead and guess. It was 80 in January.
If it was 80 in January, 63.
17. So I have been training from March. So all of March, all of April, and now like half of June, or March, May, right? And I have gone from 45-minute walks that were excruciating to 5 hours, 12 miles, pain-free. The training there has been zero pain, like zero. and my cellular integrity is at 17. So there's that, right? So there's all of that, right? So there's and then the big thing was, oh, how do we tie this together inside of where God has us, right? Like what is it that he's calling for? And the last workshop we had, there was a conversation that, how, like, what it led us to was, how can we show people on a daily basis how to forgive in the moment? Right. Mm-hmm. So there was a conversation around, it doesn't matter if you're applying forgiveness in the world, right? In the world. So it was the world conversation. Doesn't matter if you're choosing to forgive the person who cuts you off on the expressway, or you're forgiving yourself to set yourself free from the shackles of conversations of suicide, or you're forgiving others to the point where you're not like considering going on a killing spree, right? That forgiveness is forgiveness. And wherever you're comfortable right now, take that on, right? Kind of a thing. And being able to show people, right? Like it, not just in a 3-hour workshop every 2 months, but to have a vehicle to be representing it as a now, and either representing it and or giving a space for others to come in and say, hey, I'm dealing with this, and the last thing I want to do is forgive, right? Potentially that's our, one of our intentions is the community, right? Is feeding itself in that space, but, and being able to show people, right? Because forgiveness is a way of being. It's a choice in being. It's not an act. It's not a verb. I mean, you do it, right? There are things that you do that represent forgiveness, and it's it's a lifestyle choice.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So that's what we're using the vehicle. I'm not going to say what it is until we unleash the beast, right? But that's, and the movement itself, the intention, the wave and all that is what we're out to cause, is have this go viral, right? Have it be like the pay it forward virus, or the ice bucket challenge virus, right? Where it's like, just imagine a world where everybody's taking on forgiveness every day, and what could happen. A world of people playing in the forgiveness pool.
Love that. Janet is joining us, and she said that she has a friend doing the Portugal leg this month. He did the 700-kilometer France to Spain last year.
Nice.
That's awesome. And forgiveness is a lifestyle choice, 100%. We can choose to forgive, or we can choose to be angry and frustrated and pissed off.
Yeah. Well, and it's moment by moment, it's situation by situation. And, already before we've even unleashed the beast tonight, right? Like we already have, and I'm labeling the beast, the dragon, in honor of Dorothy. Falcor, the white dragon, in honor of Dorothy and my car. That just showed up, right? Of course. At least for the rest of this year. Maybe next year it becomes a snake. I don't know. We'll see. And it's we're all, that choice is always there. Every minute. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you're doing. You are in a human flesh. And the difference between choosing forgiveness, the process of choosing forgiveness, is the same, regardless if you're a black belt or you're just picking up a book on, karate for dummies.
That's the second karate analogy I've heard within the last 48 hours.
Wax on, wax off. Right?
That is sorry. That was just so weird. I've heard that, and then today it's been nothing but 111 or 1111. It's been crazy, and that's how you started this off. So
Yeah.
I love it. Love it. All right, so let's just unleash the beast. Let's just like pull the band-aid off of it.
Are we doing it?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Drum roll.
All right.
Yay.
All right. So go ahead. It's your beast to unleash. So you guys go for it.
So we have a Patreon site that is officially now open to the public. It is where we are going to congregate. It is where it is the rock of the church of which is being built tonight officially. And you can go there to join us, to support us. And we'd love to have you and, join us, support us, commune with us, play with us. And we're just super excited. It's official.
Yay. Support the Forgiveness Wave. That's what we're calling it. And get more information, right? Because they can get more information too.
That's just it's pretty just I'm gonna be, again, we are who we are is naked and free. April, that's for you.
Yes, I did not put up her naked comment. I did not do that, but that's
okay. Whatever. You get to edit. It's your show. So was naked and free. Where was I going with that? What we're talking about? The wave.
We were talking about the wave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it was. It's very generic right now. Tonight was the night that we it was kind of one of those things. I was joking and getting cleared for tonight. With a shout out for Steve Roke, big player in this, in all of this, the backbone, I dare say, of all of it. I said, you know what? It's like a birthday party. We did what we did. We didn't do what we didn't do. We didn't buy the balloons, and that's okay.
Yep.
It's our birthday. And that's just what's up.
I feel like, okay, so I'm getting the words coming out. It's a coming out party.
Oh yeah. Donna Ross. We're coming out. Ooh, can we play that song? Can we dance and sing?
Well, because I don't own rights to the music, I can't play it.
That's true. Okay.
Sorry.
Well, for you at home, please go ahead and Google or Alexa or whatever. I'm coming out with Donna Summers and dance. That's our request.
Is that Diana Ross?
Yeah. Did I not say Diana Ross?
You said Donna Summers.
Oh, my bad. Google Donna. No. Diana Ross. Diana Ross. Rihanna, stop it. So that little fun was inside this movement. Kalita is embodying Rihanna.
Ooh.
I'm embodying Dolly Parton.
Wow.
And Dorothy, who would you like to embody in the Forgiveness Wave movement?
I don't know. You're throwing a curveball at me right now.
Okay, but you can hit curveballs. You're great at them.
Yeah, well, okay.
You don't have to, you're not stuck with it. It's whatever you can change it.
Well, okay. Well, I've already said that I was going to be my version of Oprah. So I guess I'm embodying that, even though I did say that because I dyed my hair. Yes, thank you. For my husband and my stepson, it was turning gray. So I dyed it and I said my alter ego was back to Natasha. But that's that's a whole side conversation which we cannot have on air.
Who says? Who says?
I say.
Is that an untucked conversation?
That's an untucked conversation.
For those of you that don't know Untucked, we're referring to RuPaul, who is definitely, shout out to RuPaul. Couple of shout outs. Shout out to RuPaul. He is definitely one of the people on our source team and mentoring us in this process. Not necessarily directly, 100% indirectly. Also, a massive shout out to the creator of the prequel of the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory movie that came out at Christmas time this last year. Then the movie's called Wonka. That is also a major sourcing of what we're out to create. So, and as I think of others, I'll share.
Love it. Love it. So we have Dolly Parton, and who was Cleta?
Rihanna,
right? And Oprah. Well, Frank, we're unstoppable with that,
Hello?
with that lineup.
Hello. Well, and hence this also being on this show, right? Because this 11-year journey has definitely been an unstoppable journey. It's like a locomotive that, had no brakes. Thank God. Because I got to tell you, there were definitely moments I woke up in places and locations and, and I thought, how did I get here? What was I thinking? Oh, I wasn't.
You were being the vessel God told you to be.
Yeah, I went where he told me to go. And here we are. So
here we are. So what is so I have to, when you decided, you said yes to your friend about doing the El Camino, and then when you figured out what the hell it was, what was your reaction to that?
Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. So, this is great. So set the scene. Scene set. Scene set. Not sunset. Scene set. My husband's laid off. Has been laid off for months. I have health issues, right? And all I knew that I knew to do, thank God, I had created the most ridiculous, rich, wealthy, brilliant wealth team, right? So I don't believe in health. I believe in wealth as a way of being, which includes health, right? So I don't just want to be healthy. I want my vessel to be optimal, right? That's my commitment. I want this piano to play. Let the music play, right? Ongoingly. Right. Little RuPaul there. Little RuPaul channeling. And so in the last since 2015, God has created a dream team, a health wellness dream team for me. And all I knew to do when I knew, okay, this is what's going down, is to reach out to the leader of that team. And one of the things I love about my team is they translate for my body to me. And what I mean by that is, the body is the ultimate healer. And if you would just leave it alone and stop trying to take the steering wheel back from it all the time, it will stay at optimal. It's designed. It's literally robotically designed to be in its optimal state at all times. And so often we don't listen or we don't speak the same language of our body. Right? We don't even have a clue what it's saying. And then of course there's all these external influences telling us it's this or it's that or blah, 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 blah. And so my lead person has an incredibly close and intimate relationship with my body and can translate brilliantly. And so what was really cool was when we sat down and she was working with my body and she asked the body if it wanted to do the El Camino. And keep in mind, right? Like this is like I'm I'm a mess. And that's extreme. I'm dealing with a lot at the time, both financially and physically. And she literally went backwards in her chair. She had one of those rolly chairs. It's awesome. And that's never happened before. And she's like, well, not only does your body say yes to the El Camino, it says, hell yes. Don't even think about, there's no question about this. Make it crystal clear to her. It is the pathway to optimal being and well-being. So as soon as I got that message from my body, I was good to go on that note. And then, like, I had complete peace and ease about the process. What was a little more tricky, but because I had the peace and the ease, was okay, how's this financial conversation going to go with my unemployed husband? Right. And, you know, the beauty of the process is between being profoundly connected through prayer with God and you know, just leaning into and trusting the process. He literally guided me, you know, to the pathway to the conversation. My husband ended up getting a dream job in the window of time. And yeah, I know, right? Y'all were a big part of that, you know. And I brought a whole new level of, you know, integrity and responsibility to, you know, ensuring that the conversation was handled in a very, you know, integral way. And here we are tonight, unleashing all of it with integrity and everybody on board and a 17-year-old body.
Oh, very good. I love that. I love that. It's funny because I just happened to look over to the left while you were speaking, and I don't know what episode number it was, but we had a gentleman by the name of Gregory Proctor on the show, I would say a couple months ago. And he wrote a book called Faith, Strength, and Courage. And he battled cancer. And he's actually doing the El Camino this June as well.
Oh my God.
I know. I don't know what leg.
We could do the monkeys walk together.
Well, there we go. So yeah, go check out his book on Amazon. He sent me a signed copy. I have yet to read it. So I apologize, Gregory. I will get to it. But I wanted to give him a shout out here because he is doing the El Camino, I think about the same time you are. And I don't know if he's doing the whole thing or just what leg he's doing. I have no idea.
Yeah, well, that's also hilarious because that's also been part of all the confirmations I've gotten about it is, you know, there's another person in my life who's doing it in September. And like, it's just the El Caminos are coming out of the woodwork, you know, everywhere. And so it's kind of a hoot.
Well, and I've never even heard of it. He told me and I'm like, okay, I don't know what that is, but it's something spiritual or something, some kind of walk or something.
Yeah, there's a great movie about it. It's an older movie. Forgive me. I don't know if it's called The Way. If you Google Emilio Estevez and Martin Sheen. And I have not watched it. Believe it or not, I've not watched it yet. Well, you know, it's kind of fun. I have so been in blind faith, trust, and confidence that my lead domino on this has been do the training. The rest will come. Right. That's, you know, so, and I don't know, sometimes I think part of it too is like, I've really been learning. I'm not like, it's not my thing to like get bogged into the details. It's not healthy for me. I details come to me more in pieces, you know, like edible pieces over time or through other people. I remember when, but you know, part of being able to forgive the world and be a living, breathing example of that was decades ago. I stopped watching the news.
Oh yeah.
Decades. And I trusted, right? I trusted that whatever is going on in the world that I need to know about, that God wants me to know about, it will get delivered to me.
Mm-hmm.
And it has. I've never had to watch the news. I've had news forced upon me, like when COVID took over the airwaves.
I was going to say, I have that same thing. Like, I can't watch. Number one, I don't have regular TV. Number two, the only thing on my TV is sports.
Yeah.
I would say 95% of the time, if it's not sports, it's a movie. Other than that, and so I live, some people say, with my head up my ass, because I don't want to know what's all going around the world. I don't really, it's not that I don't care, but if it's something negative, and if it's something that is going to make me extremely sad, I'm very empathetic. So then I take that on. And historically, it's taken me more than I care to waste my energy on trying to get my energy back to the way it was before I listened to this crap. And especially with with what you said about the pandemic, like, I literally had a girlfriend say, "You better watch it. You gotta be prepared." I'm like, listen, God is ultimately in charge. There's nothing I can do about it. And unless they come to my front door or they blow up my street, whatever. It's just, I'd rather not know.
Another shout out to RuPaul. Can I get an amen?
There we go.
Amen. Yeah,
Amen.
Hanging, ladies.
Amen.
Can I get an amen? Yeah.
Amen.
I mean, it's for those of us that are empaths, for those of us that are gifted at being highly and ridiculously, in tune. Thank you, April. It's dangerous to put us in a cesspool of information like that. And so, that you just spoke that's it. Like, I can details, like, trying to take on all of the, details about the El Camino. And also what's super fun is I have a really, really cool calendar that this month it says, be willing to let the universe surprise you. Ooh. And so I've been living inside of, okay, I'm going to get to be surprised. And, it's so great because of the training I got from Landmark is I'm going with two people that are highly detailed people. So I got stereo details going on, right? Like there's this guide that we were like, we had this amazing power couple united, Dorothy and audience, they as a couple, they've done the El Camino 16 times.
Holy shit.
16. They're so cute. Anyway, they told us exactly what guide, to have and use and the best one and blah, blah, blah. So it's hilarious. All three of us have the guide. I promise you, I guarantee you, theirs will be all marked up and tagged, and mine will probably still be like brand new when I get off the plane. And hey, that's what you do, right? You focus on your strengths. Mm-hmm. And you surround yourself with amazing humans, like I've surrounded myself with you two amazing humans that has led to this amazing moment in time, right? Where, they get to be, they get to shine in their strengths and right next to you and yours.
Yeah. You love that. I don't need to know everything. I just need to know people who do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Cleta had said it was The Way. The name of the movie was The Way.
Thank you. I thought that was the name, and I just, thank you, love. See, she completed me. That's how we roll.
That's how we roll. That is.
So we're our intention, our alter egos that we're going to bring to the wave is we're going to be the female version of the Blues Brothers. Ooh. On a mission from God.
There we go.
Yeah. We're calling in Dan Aykroyd. So Dan Aykroyd, if you're watching, call us.
Hell, come on the show next time.
Oh my God, totally. Yeah.
Anytime you want on the show, sir, this platform is yours.
Yeah. I've been calling. He's on my 111 contact list.
There we go.
Him and Dolly. We're calling him in.
I think, well, the Blues Brothers, but another one of his movies that I absolutely love is The Great Outdoors.
Oh
love,
yeah.
love that movie.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He's amazing. There's some really cool documentaries on the Ghostbusters. Both when they initially did that movie and now, and his beliefs and his understanding of, source and the planets and energy, and it's like he's just an amazing human. I adore him.
Love that. So, Kalita, before we wrap this up, is there anything else you'd like to add to this conversation? You've been kind of quiet down there.
Oh, well, let's see. So much was discussed during our time together. And so I will just say takeaways to remember is definitely take a moment for any audience member that's listening. Take a moment to go to the Patreon site and see how you can be a support. What type of membership you would like to participate in. And so that's one way you can support. Another way is definitely, we want you to make sure you pencil on your calendar the next forgiveness workshop, which is coming up June 8th. You can also go to Eventbrite to find that. You can also plug in with us on Forgiveness Mission. It has a Facebook page. You can plug in with us there. All of our workshops are always posted there as well, so you can plug in and get registered.
And the workshops are free, right, Kalita?
Completely free. Mm-hmm. So, yes. June 8th from 12 to 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. And yeah.
Woohoo. Love it.
Yeah, save the date.
Save the date, June 8th. Woohoo.
Don't be late.
Don't be late. Don't be late. All right, ladies. Well, this has been definitely an interesting evening. It went by really quickly. And like you said, go to the Patreon site, get your questions answered there. And if there's still questions after going there, definitely reach out to Kimberly or Kalita or myself. And if you don't know how to get a hold of Kimberly, she's definitely on Facebook more than she is on LinkedIn. So go check her out over there, Kimberly Genovese, or Kalita Javon over on Facebook as well. Or is there any other place other than those three places that you?
No, I love that you did that. And what's there for me is, especially inside now that we've unleashed the beast, to get my act together on LinkedIn. So if LinkedIn is your preferred method, please feel free to reach out to me there. I will have that at least being administered as of this week. So whether they reach out through Facebook or LinkedIn, they'll get a response.
Well, some people prefer one platform or the other.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. To your point. Yeah. And that's why I was like, okay.
Just like, I know some people like Instagram, and I'm not an Insta person, but I know.
Yeah, no, it was right there just to say it's time. Like, so, it's time. I know for Dorothy, I'm way overdue. I'm like 18 months pregnant in being on LinkedIn. So it's all good. There you go. I birthed it tonight in your clearing.
Hey. It takes elephants 2 years.
Oh, thank you. I'm ahead of schedule.
Oh, anyways, thank you so much, ladies, for coming on and sharing the forgiveness wave. Hopefully everybody catches the wave, and yes, the wave. Okay, so
it's more of a shake. I mean, you do you. Like, again, that's another thing about us.
The queen.
You do you. We're all about that. Okay. But it's literally it's intended to be more of a shake. Think shake. Shake your booty. Do. Yeah, it's like that. You'll see it. You'll see it on the Patreon site.
I love it. Can't wait to go check it out. Go check it out. And yes, we can't wait to. We'll have to have Kimberly come back on after she's done with the El Camino and share her experiences for sure. And definitely go check out the Eventbrite with June 8th for the next forgiveness workshop. And with that, guys, be unstoppable in all that you do. And there is another round 2 of Operation Hope coming up May 28th. So,
oh my God, people, I did round 1. Y'all got to do it. It is off the hook. Amazing. So, got to do it. Got to do it. My husband and I both participated, and it is worth every penny. I dare say. Oh, there's a great line in the Wonka movie where they're paying their bill, and he says it would be a deal at twice the price.
ooh.
So I'm giving you that, Dorothy. That's the plug. Her event is worth twice the price.
Thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
heard that. I appreciate that. And I received that.
Well, and I will put this out there too, though, for those people that know who I am inside our relationship, all that. Guys, I don't bullshit. I tell the truth. And if that was not the truth, I wouldn't say it. So ultimately, my reputation supersedes any love I have for another human being. And, I'm not going to tell people that it's something that it's not, just because I love the person who's putting it out in the world. So be clear, it is worth twice the price, if not more.
Wow. Well, thank you. I appreciate
and
that.
And I'd say that endorsement from not only myself, my husband as well, which for those of y'all that know my husband,
that is high praise.
That is an even higher testimonial to how good it is.
Wow. I feel like beyond honored. And to get some more information about that, just go to unstoppableovercomers.com/coaching and check it out. The Operation Hope. Just click on that and for more information, or message me. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions you have. And thank you so much, Kimberly and Steve, for that glowing recommendation. I do appreciate you so much. And Cleta, I appreciate you coming on here and sharing about forgiveness, the forgiveness mission. And we'll definitely make sure we'll update the show notes, especially over on YouTube. And for sure, because that's where it's going to live and breathe forever, is over on our YouTube channel. So go subscribe over there so that you get, when we go live again, you'll know when we're going live. The next actual show is Wednesday with our Power Half Hour Unstoppable Business Owner at 5:30. And then our A Journey in Boots from Trauma to Triumph is on Thursday evening with the amazing Phil Paulin. That guy's something else, but stay tuned for that. You'll go check that out. And thank you, ladies, for all that you do and making this forgiveness wave something that,
I love it. This is going to be so cool.
Anyways,
we're all going to be walking around like crazy people. I love it.
Well, somebody got a big laugh out of it.
What this is embarrassing. I'm a Jeeper. I'm a forever Jeeper, right? And I forgot what the wave is. It's just
it's this,
right? That's it. That's yeah.
I'm a Jeeper, and I got my Jeep, and I think I was waved at 5 times on my way home from Costco tonight. So it's
our wave is inspired by the Jeepers. Like the Jeepers, the Jeepers are my peeps.
Yeah, but you wanted this for a wave.
No, it's okay. It's not this.
It wasn't this. That's the queen.
This. And I said it was inspired by the Jeepers, right? Like, in that, like, it's not for us to steal the Jeepers wave. It's to have our own that's distinct. And it was inspired by the Jeepers. We love the Jeepers.
Love it. And we love you back. And who knows what my next vehicle will be in July, but it might not be a Jeep this time. But I'll have to practice the forgiveness exercise for the Chrysler dealership. I will do that. Anyhow, that's a whole other conversation. Shout out to all the Jeepers. Shout out to Kimberly and Claudia, and be unstoppable in all that you do. And we'll see you same time, same channel next week. And check out our Roku channel too while you're at it, please, because we would really love some love over there too. Bye.
Until